100 years of movies and Disney magic, and you're here saying that you can answer all 25 questions correctly. I'm going to say you can't. I've looked at the questions today. I cannot answer them 100% correctly. I don't think you can either. So that's my challenge for today. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to ASMR Dano's Can You Answer series, where I ask you, can you answer these Disney questions? They're going to start very, very easy, and they go all the way to the very, very hard category. There's going to be 5 each in each sort of section: easy, medium, hard, ultra hard, extremely difficult, I believe. Yes, ultra hard, very hard, something like that. Can you get more than 16 to beat me? More than 20 to be a fan, and a perfect score to be, actually, you know what? 12 to beat me, 16 to be a fan, over 20 to be an expert, 25 out of 25 to be a robot. That's what I said, to be AI, because there's no way you're getting a perfect score with this. Okay. Alright, here we go. Do you know Disney as well as, or better than anyone else? Let's start with the first question. Alright, first question. Starting off easy. What is the name of Mickey Mouse's girlfriend? And I'm actually surprised he didn't get married yet. It's been, well, Disney is over 100 years old. Is Mickey over 100 years old? I don't know. But that's too long, Mickey. You gotta get married to your girlfriend. What's happening here? What is the name of Mickey Mouse's girlfriend? Also, disclaimer, I'm not a crazy big fan of Disney. I like their movies, especially the 90s movies. But I haven't really watched much recently, so again, that's why I'm saying around 12 today to beat me, because I feel like I could get at least half of these correct. So that's the goal for today, at least. Alright, did you lock in? It's an easy one that we're starting off with today. The answer is Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse. The one with the bow and a dress, I believe. Mickey Mouse and his girlfriend Minnie, who should be married. It's too long. Why is Minnie still with you? Okay. Question number 2. This is a crazy question. I can't believe I'm about to ask this question. In The Lion King, what animal is Simba? Crazy question. I'm just gonna let you guys ponder it for a second. It may take a while to figure out this answer. Also, just a side note, Lion King is one of my favorite movies. Lion King and Toy Story are my favorite Disney movies. Unless you are talking about like more live action, but like for animated, those ones are the best, absolute best. Ooh, but I like Aladdin too. Wait. Okay, they're all my favorites. Alright. In The Lion King, what animal is Simba? Correct. He is a lion. Wow. Crazy question. If you said lion cub, or if you said... No, I can't accept tiger. I can only accept lion. Alright. Question number 3. What Disney movie features the song Let It Go? Let It Go. Let It Go. Which is a great song, by the way. I tried to play it on piano once back in the day. I saw my piano. I should do a video of me playing piano, even though it's very loud sounds. Do. Probably not ASMR friendly. Which Disney movie features the song Let It Go? Okay, I will be giving hints where I can in today's video. Some hints will be better than others. This one is an easy question, so the hints theoretically should just give the answer away. But I kind of want to do something less obvious, like if you're in the winter if you lick a metal pole? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. If you lick a metal pole. No, that doesn't make sense. Your tongue gets stuck, but that's not what I'm trying to say. If there's no hint for this one. There's no hint for this one. Easy enough question. What Disney movie features the song Let It Go? The answer is Frozen. Frozen. I was thinking like the tongue gets frozen to the pole, but then people are going to say it gets stuck, so it doesn't really. Anyway. Question number 4. What color is Cinderella's ball gown? What color is Cinderella's ball gown? Now, I will say, if anyone watching has a colorblind, is colorblind, I will give you 3 points for this question, because it's not fair. I do have a friend who is colorblind, and certain colors, I forget which one it is. It's like, I think some are like red and green, but I think there is a blue one. So if you have any sort of color blindness, you get a pass on this question. You get a 3 point. Everyone else, what's the answer? What color is Cinderella's ball gown? Did I ask the question first? Anyway, the question is, what color is Cinderella's ball gown? I love rambling. I love just saying random stuff, and then I lose my train of thought. What color is Cinderella's ball gown? This is the one that, you know what, that's true. Why is Cinderella always pictured in the ball gown, and not when she's in her tattered cleaning clothes or any other outfit? Does she only wear that? Old. Alright. Oh, here's a hint. Eiffel 65. If you're old enough to know that, there's your hint. Alright. What color is Cinderella's ball gown? The answer is blue. Blue, 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 blue. I almost gave it away because I was like, there's red and green color blindness, but I think there's a blue one. Because I was trying to hint at, like, if you have blue color blindness, you get 3 points. So I almost gave that one away. That's okay. It's okay. I never give away answers for these quizzes. Okay. Question number 5. Who is the cowboy toy in Toy Story? One of the greatest movies of all time. What is the name of the cowboy toy in Toy Story? Also, fun fact. After watching Toy Story 3, I cried. Yes. Spoiler alert, when Andy left for college, I believe, for university, and he left all the toys behind, that broke my heart. Alright, who is the cowboy toy in Toy Story? The answer is not Buzz Lightyear, who was my favorite, and I also had a toy of him that would speak when you press the buttons. To infinity and beyond. What am I trying to say here? The cowboy toy in Toy Story is Woody. 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 Also, fun fact, one of the most early ASMR experiences for a lot of people was from Toy Story when I think it was the toy maker was coloring over Woody's boot where it says Woody on it, and like getting him prepared and cleaned up. So, fun fact. Alright, we're going to the medium category now with question number 6. What is the name of the princess in The Princess and the Frog? The Princess and the Frog. What is the name of the princess? Also, how many princesses are there? And how many can you name? I feel like because like, oh sorry, there used to be, I feel like every single movie would be with princesses. I feel like recently the idea of the princess is not the same. Like they're not like royalty kind of thing. Or, you know, wait, what am I trying to say? Cinderella was kind of royalty. I don't know what I'm saying. But like, what's included as a Disney princess? Do we just include all main characters? All female main characters? I don't know. Anyway, what's the question? The name of the princess in The Princess and the Frog. Log in your answers. The answer is Tiana. Princess Tiana. Princess Tiana. Alright, question number 7. Which Disney movie takes place in the city of Agrabah? Agrabah. Agrabah. I like that word. Agrabah. 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 Which Disney movie takes place in this city? What kind of hint can I give you? Okay, I was gonna give you a hint. Oh, but it's too obvious with this hint. Eating a loaf of bread. That's my hint. If someone out there understands that hint, then we have to be friends. Because that is my all-time favorite scene from this movie. Alright, answer's locked. Which Disney movie takes place in the city of Agrabah? The answer is Aladdin. 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 Another great movie. Aladdin. And the scene is when Abu steals the bread and then Aladdin steals the bread and shares it with Abu. And they're both eating the bread. I love that scene for some reason. It's one of my favorite scenes. And I love bread, and I love eating it like that. So, that's cool. Alright, question number 8. What kind of animal is Dumbo? What kind of animal is Dumbo? Here's a hint. It's your mom. Thank you. 31 years old, still making your mom jokes. I have to make one every so often. Thank you. What kind of animal is Dumbo? Dumbo. A really unfortunate name, by the way. Imagine your parents love this movie so much, they're like, I'm gonna name you after that character. That would be so sad. Alright, answer's locked. There's no hint for this one. What kind of animal is Dumbo? Actually, no, there's a hint. Big ears. Also, if you use a hint or answer after the hint, you get 0.5 points. I don't know if I already explained that. My mind's all over the place today, apparently. The kind of animal that is Dumbo is an elephant. An elephant. An elephant. An elephant. An elephant. Alright, question number 9. In Finding Nemo. Again, this will have Disney, but there's also potentially some Pixar related questions and or Disney Pixar movies. So in Finding Nemo, what type of fish is Nemo? What type of fish is Nemo in Finding Nemo? Do you know? I feel like this is a trivia question that's kind of recent. I feel like nobody really knew what fish he was, and then recently they're like, what kind of fish is he? And then everyone's like, oh yeah, it's this now. And now we know. I think everyone now knows what this kind of fish is called because of Nemo, which is kind of cool. The hint for this fish is named after you. That's right. Fight me, let's go. In Finding Nemo, what type of fish is Nemo? The fish is a clownfish. I just called you all a clown. Also, who here is afraid of clowns? Just a random question. Alright, question number 10 in the medium category. Personally, this is a hard question. So, probably in the wrong category, but that's okay. Who trained? Also, this is one of my favorite movies, so I lied. It's Toy Story, Aladdin, Lion King, and now Hercules. Who trained Hercules to become a hero? I didn't know this. It was one of my favorite movies. Who trained Hercules to become a hero? There are technically two different names. I'll give you 1 point for the short version, 1 point for the long version. Now, the hint is that Hercules is about Greek mythology. So the name is Greek-ish, maybe, potentially. But the short form is not. That's right. So who trained Hercules? Oh my gosh, sorry, I got it. Back in the day, McDonald's gave out plates for Hercules. I'm gonna put a picture here. I hope so. I hope I remember to do this. A picture here. I had the Madara one. Is that her name? I had a big crush on her when I was younger, and I used to use her plate all the time. Every time we had dinner, we had to clean it, we had to wash it, and use it again. I just want to tell you. Anyway, who trained Hercules to become a hero? The answer is Phil. If you said Phil, you get a point. I will give you 2 points. If you said Philoctetes, Philoctetes, Philoctetes. Sorry. You get the idea. If you said anything like that, or if you pronounced it properly, I'll give you the point. Alright, question number 10 done. Medium category done. We're now in the hard category. Here we go. What is the name of the island where Moana takes place? What is the name of the island where Moana takes place? Feel free to boo me. I've never watched Moana, but I know the music. You'll find me. Oh, I'll go where I'll go. Wait, what? Oh, I know where I'll go. Where the sun meets the sea, you'll find me. I won't go. Something like that. And the you're welcome. Anyway, I'm a fan. What is the name of the island where Moana takes place? No hint, because I have no idea how to pronounce this word. That's a hint. I have no idea how to pronounce this word. But I didn't know how to pronounce the Philoctetes. So, the answer is the island of Motunui. 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 Sounds pretty good. Motunui. 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 Something like that. Anything like that, you get the points. Okay. Question number 12. In Beauty and the Beast, how many eggs does Gaston eat for breakfast? How many eggs does Gaston eat for breakfast? For some reason, I'm picturing him like juggling the eggs. I feel like that was a thing, unless that's a Mandela effect. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, how many eggs does Gaston eat for breakfast? Your hint is too many. If you ate this many, your cholesterol would be through the roof. So if you're thinking like 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 4 eggs, no, think like absurd levels. Okay, did you lock in? Here we go. Gaston, I'm guessing it's every time he eats breakfast, he eats 5 dozen eggs, which is 60 eggs. Can you imagine that? 60 eggs. That's like, 5 cartons of eggs. That's too much. That's too much, Gaston. You gotta stop. Alright. Let me just move this a little bit over. Okay. What Pixar movie was the first feature-length computer animated film ever released? What Pixar movie was the first feature-length computer animated film ever released? And my hint is, it is a Disney Pixar movie. So if you think of just like a Pixar movie, it's not. We're looking at Disney and Pixar. It is the first feature-length computer animated film ever released. Another hint is, because it says the first ever, it's not that old. So like if you're thinking about like the black and white cartoon days, no, it's not that. It's a little newer than that. Alright, did you lock in your answer? The Pixar movie that was the first feature-length computer animated film ever released was one of my favorites, Toy Story. Toy Story was the first ever Pixar movie. Right, first feature-length computer animated film ever released. It was a Pixar movie, Disney Pixar. Alright, question number 14. Good luck. What is the name of the villain in The Rescuers Down Under? I don't even know what this movie is. The other ones I understood. But this I don't understand. I don't know what this is. I'm going to hopefully remember to put a picture here of what this movie is. Hopefully. No, you know what? Let me see for myself to see if I know what movie this is. Okay, so I do know the movie. I don't remember what it's about, to be honest with you. But I saw the images of the characters and I remember them. So, yeah, so this is going to be tough, I think. But the name of the villain in The Rescuers Down Under. There is a full name. I'll give you full points for any of the names. I'll give you 2 points if you get the full name correct. Okay. And I'll give you 0.5 points. His middle name is an initial, so 1 letter. I'll give you 0.5 points if you guess what that letter is. The person outside is trying to guess. But unfortunately, I don't understand car honks and can't translate that. Okay. The name of the villain in The Rescuers Down Under is Percival C. McLeach. If you said Percival or McLeach, 1 point. If you said C, you get 0.5 points. And if you get the full thing correct, you get 2 full points. I feel like this was a very, very hard and difficult question. Alright, question number 15. Which Disney princess has the shortest amount of screen time in her own movie? So out of all the Disney princesses, which one has the least amount of time on the screen in their own movie? Right, so if, for example, a princess was shown in another movie for like 5 seconds, that doesn't count. It has to be their own movie. My hint is that it makes sense. That's my hint. It makes sense. So when you hear me say that, want you to really think about it. Why does that make sense? Why would this character have less screen time than other princesses? Think about it. Okay, are you locked in? The Disney princess that has the shortest amount of screen time in her own movie is Aurora, also known as Sleeping Beauty. Which makes sense because she was sleeping for most of the movie. It makes sense. Alright, we're going to the very hard category now. It's going to get really, really hard now. I feel like this quiz, in general, is a lot harder than some of the other quizzes that we've done. So here we go. Question number 16. What year was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs released? I will give you 0.5 points if you give me the decade, and the decade is 10-year range. So for example, 1990s would be 1990 to 1999. 1970s would be 1970 to 1979. Okay, so 0.5 points for the range. No. Should I be generous? You know what, this is difficult. If you get it spot on, I'll give you 2 points. But if you give me the range, I'll give you 1 point. You know, we're going to do that. Alright, what year was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs released? Here is your hint. It's a pretty old movie. Despite the graphics being pretty good, to be honest. This is a pretty old movie. Alright, answers are locked. The year that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was released was 1937. So if you said the 1930s, you get 1 point. If you said 1937, you get 2 points. If you said 1936 or 1938, sorry. No, you still get 1 point though, because you're in the range. Alright. Next question. What is the name of Andy's neighbor in Toy Story? Now, 1 point for his name. 2 points for his government name. Because his first name, I understand. His full name, I don't know how anyone even remembers that or even knows that. I don't think he even says it. I could be wrong. Alright. Do you know the answer? Are you a big fan of Toy Story? Here we go. Answers are locked. The name of Andy's neighbor in Toy Story is Sid. Sid Phillips. I didn't know that. If you said Sid, you get 1 point. If you said Sid Phillips, you get 2 points. And I don't even know how you got that. You might be Sid Phillips himself. Sid Phillips. Alright, question 18. Which Disney movie was the first to use fully synchronized sound? So I'm gonna guess the first movie to use like sound along with the video. Like not like Charlie Chaplin movies. Okay, yeah, so I checked. It is when the audio matches the characters' voices and sound effects and things like that instead of just generic background music. Like in a lot of, I think, the Charlie Chaplin movies. So which movie was the first to use fully synchronized sound? Which Disney movie? This one is tough, but I feel like you can guess it if you know about this character. That's a pretty big hint, I think. If you know about this character, then I think you can guess, especially because, you know, this should be an old movie if it's the first to use fully synchronized sound, which I feel like is something that has been around for a long time. Okay. Answers locked. The Disney movie that was first to use fully synchronized sound was Steamboat Willie. Steamboat Willie. Who was Mickey Mouse before Mickey Mouse, right? That I don't know. But they look the same. Actually, let me check that too. Okay, yeah. Pretty much the same character. So Steamboat Willie was the first to use fully synchronized sound. Alright, question number 19. In Lilo and Stitch, one of the great movies and shows, I believe. They had a show. What is Stitch's experiment number? What is Stitch's experiment number? Here's a hint. The official thing, it was experiment and then the number. So what is that number? And honestly, because I'm feeling generous, it is a 3-digit number. Okay, that's a lot of hints. I will only give it to you if you get it correct. We're in the very hard category. No more bonus points. You have to tell me the exact number. Okay, how about this? If you're off by like the last digit, for example, if it was 132 and you said 130 anything, I'll give you a point. So again, within the decade, kind of, within the tens. So if you guessed 131, 135, 139, you get points. But if you said 129 or 141, you get no points, okay? Alright, in Lilo and Stitch, what is Stitch's experiment number? The number is 626. 626. I just had so much gas right there. 626. So if you said anywhere from 620 to 629, you get the point. He is experiment 626. Alright, what was the first Disney theme park to open outside the United States? What was the first Disney theme park to open outside the United States? Which one was it? This one is almost impossible to give a hint for. My hint will be it's not North or... No, it's not North or South America. That's what I'll say. It could be anywhere else, but not North or South America. What was the first Disney theme park to open outside the United States? Alright, answers a lot. The answer is Tokyo Disneyland in Japan. Tokyo Disneyland. Tokyo Disneyland. 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 Alright, that was the last question of the very hard category. We're now going into the official. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to the official hard, ultra hard category. This is very interesting. So, okay. So, I think I gave wrong information. So, Steamboat Willie is the name of the movie, but the character is not Steamboat Willie. Yeah. But you may be wondering, well, what was Mickey Mouse known as before Mickey Mouse? Question number 21. What was Mickey Mouse's original name before it was changed? So what was Mickey Mouse's original name? Mickey Mouse as we know him. Before it was changed. Okay. For anyone wondering, it is not Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit, I believe. In case you're just confused, because I was confused. So it's something else. That's your hint. It's not that. Apparently, Walt Disney's wife told him to change the name. I believe that's what it says here, right? Yeah. Walt Disney's wife, Lillian, suggested a change to this name. And and changed it to Mickey Mouse. Personally, I like the change. And I think it was one of the best decisions once you figure out the original name. But here we go, answers are locked. What was Mickey Mouse's original name before it was changed? The mouse stays. He's still a mouse. But the name was Mortimer Mouse. Mortimer Mouse. And his wife was like, no, Mickey Mouse. And the rest is history. I like the name a lot better. I think it's a lot more young. Whenever I think about Mortimer, I think of an older person. And maybe that's because a lot of people back then were named Mortimer. I don't know. But in order to keep with the times, Mickey actually was a perfect name, personally. Nice. Question number 22. Which Disney animated movie was almost completely scrapped late in production before being reworked into a success? So a Disney animated movie was almost completely thrown away and never shown the light. Late in production, it was almost done production. But then they're like, you know what? Let's rework this. And they reworked it into a success. This is a great movie. Your hint is that there was also a TV show based off of this movie. That may be a big hint. Or may have just confused you even more. Alright, answer's locked. The answer is The Emperor's New Groove, which is a great movie. I can't believe that. Imagine we could be doing this quiz and we wouldn't even know about The Emperor's New Groove. It wouldn't even exist, which is crazy to me because I feel like a lot of people like it and there's a lot of funny moments and pop culture moments from that we all share. Alright, question number 23. What is the name of the neighboring kingdom to Arendelle in Frozen? What is the name of the neighboring kingdom to Arendelle? So not Arendelle. The neighboring kingdom in Frozen. I cannot give you a hint because I never watched Frozen. Listen, before you boo me, there's a time when Frozen, everyone's like, you gotta watch Frozen, you gotta watch Frozen, you gotta watch Frozen. And when that happens, if you're like me, you say, well, now I don't want to watch Frozen. If everyone's saying I have to, I don't want to do it. I also never watched Avatar when it came out. I watched it later on. Recently. But I watched it, okay. Alright, here we go. The name of the neighboring kingdom to Arendelle in Frozen is Wesselton. 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 Weselton. Wesselton. Alright, 2 more questions left. Do you still have a perfect score? Here we go. Which Pixar character, again, so there's Disney and Pixar questions, appears in the most Pixar films overall? Which Pixar character appears in the most Pixar films overall? Now, your hint. This is kind of BS, personally. But they're not wrong. They are not wrong. In fact, I would argue this character is in every Pixar film. That's your hint. Don't even think about which one had like the most cameos. Just think every single film, Pixar film, Disney and Pixar film, just Pixar film, has this character. There may be some recent ones, but especially older ones, every single movie had this character. Is Nemo in every single movie? Is Woody in every single movie? They're not. Which character is? It's kind of a BS answer. I won't be mad if you're mad at me for this question. The answer is Luxo Jr. Who's that? The Pixar lamp. Apparently that's his name. And theoretically, in the credits before the movie, it jumps on the letter, the I, right? It's a BS question. But theoretically, if you popped in that VHS, he's gonna be in that movie. Don't hate the player, hate the game, hate the quiz. Alright, question number 25, the last question. What was the last Disney animated movie Walt Disney personally worked on before his death? And I feel like this is a very, very good question to end off on. The last Disney animated movie, Walt Disney personally worked on before his death. Your hint, it's a classic. It's a classic. That's your hint. Not going to give you too much more. But if you're going to choose something from the past 15 years, it's wrong. Okay. Can we really call movies classics? Like Frozen? I would argue Frozen's a classic at this point. But it may need in a couple more years. Alright. Last question. What was the last Disney animated movie Walt Disney personally worked on before his death? The answer is The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. Alright, how did you do? Did you get a perfect score? If not, that's okay. You know how we do. Bonus question time. Especially after the 24th question about the lamp was kind of a, if you won. Here is the final question, which is the bonus question. It is a very interesting question. It's a hard one. So here we go. What phrase do Disney animators often hide in films as a tribute to their early animation roots? What phrase do Disney animators often hide in films as a tribute to their early animation roots? My hint is it's not a phrase, even though it says a phrase. It's not like a saying or a bunch of words. And your hint is it is 4 characters long. And characters can be anything. Letters, numbers, symbols. 4 characters long. That's your hint. I may be giving it too much away. May not be giving enough away. But I want to give at least those who don't know anything maybe a chance. Maybe a chance to get it. Alright. Is your answer locked? The phrase or the word / thing is A113. A113. And the reason is that this was the classroom where a bunch of the animators learned how to animate, which I think is really, really cool. Some of the OG animators learned how to animate in this room. I don't know if it's at the same time or at different times, probably around the same time. So it's really, really cool that they added that into their movies. You know what else is cool? The fact that you all got perfect scores. Let's go. Let me know how much you guys got in the comments section below. Leave suggestions for what trivia you want to do next. And again, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Alright, hope you guys had fun. If you're asleep, please enjoy the rest of your sleep. If you're still awake and you're just relaxing, enjoy your relaxation. If you're awake and you're working, enjoy your work, even though it probably might not be that fun. Alright, everyone, have a great rest of your night and have a great sleep.